should I come?
All right. At Northwestern University here in Chicago, we've taken the leadership in developing a field of management that we believe is, through research and through placement of our graduate students and our work with companies, has advanced the ability of many businesses to make a profit using some new strategies and new tactics. Historically, the field of advertising and the field of public relations, the fields of database marketing, direct marketing have been very powerful in reaching the consumer with messages about your product or service. However, in the last 20 years, the amount of communication used by consumers as well as other stakeholders, meaning employees, your business partners, your suppliers, government, and other organizations, they've begun to rely more heavily on using other communication media to get their messages about you. You can't simply rely on a single channel of communication, and we believe that integrated marketing communication is a strategic necessity for businesses today. In the 5 years that we've been working with the Chinese businesses as represented through the executive MBA programs at the leading MBA programs in China, we found a great reception to these insights from our research faculty and from the consulting that we've been able to do with them following some of the work here in the United States. We use a faculty team that the universities have a choice of which speakers they'd like to hear from, which of the speakers are more academic in terms of their research orientation, which they can share, or which speakers can be from industry and share some of their practical work as well. However, all of our faculty are able to do what we characterize as consult in the classroom. In other words, answer your questions on a daily basis or work with the class to make sure that there's comprehensive understanding of the ideas. While coming to Northwestern University, we've been able to get the Chinese business leaders to work with other businesses here in the Chicago area. Chicago is a center of major business enterprise in the United States. It is one of the strongest communication cities in terms of the agencies in public relations and advertising and direct database marketing. Many of the major consulting firms are located here in Chicago, as well as many electronics as well as industry firms. Some of the best known names that are global are companies like McDonald's, the restaurant chain of course, Motorola, which is undergoing a new revival and of great interest to our Chinese business partners. We also work with the Chicago Board of Trade and the Chicago Board of Exchange to see how real capitalism is done on the floor of these businesses where there's a lot of money transacted and a lot of deals are transacted. It's a very exciting actual visit to these sites. We've also worked with a number of the agencies in town to have visits with top PR and advertising agencies to hear what their plans are for expansion in China. Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou, most of the major cities in China are a direct target of American business today. Shanghai seems to have followed Hong Kong in terms of a new excitement about creating business locations there, business offices. But all of the businesses we deal with are increasingly curious about where the regional business centers are located and what opportunities those present to these business partners that we have. Many of the firms here also come out of technical areas that we work with through our engineering school, an extraordinary engineering school, one of the largest engineering classrooms in the world, and that Center for Excellence allows us to come in and see some of the new developments in artificial intelligence and electron microscopes and where life science and engineering converge. We also have a nano center here on campus, which is of course part of the new sciences that are so important. So when business people come to Chicago, when they come to Northwestern University, they get a chance to see what a leading research university in the United States, one of the top 10 generally, but also in the top 5 in a number of areas, and in the top 1 or 2 in many areas, what kind of work is being done here at this university.